Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with She Cruises. Hope that you're doing great wherever you are cruising in the world. I'm getting ready for a trip myself up to Norway with Hurtigruten, and I'm almost completely packed. And it just made me think as I was putting my suitcase together, my carry-on, that I would like to share with you kind of how I approach packing. And there is one thing I always pack that basically is always ready to go for the next trip, and that is what I call my just-in-case bag. I'll show it to you. This is my just-in-case bag. Beautiful little bag I picked up in Bali. But anyway, in this bag are things that I really know from experience that I will need, or I should anticipate needing. I mean, there's been some times in my travels in the past where I've been trying to find, an ankle brace on a Greek island with 4 hours to go, and knowing very little Efkaristo and Parakalor, my only Greek language. But anyway, I've put things in my just-in-case bag that I know I'm going to need. So I'd like to share with you kind of what's in this magical bag, and then talk about a couple of other things that you might want to consider to pack. Lightweight things that can just make a little bit of a difference when you get on the cruise. And, as I said, we all have our unique ways of decorating and preparing, and maybe I'll give you some ideas that you haven't thought of. And honestly, please leave your comments below. I mean, I want this community of women to be supportive of each other and to share their experiences. So always feel free to leave your comments in the articles, and I'm learning from you as well. So thank you for that. So in my bag, zip. Okay, I'm already seeing silly things. All right, I'm one of these people, I cannot do a computer without a mouse. I mean, I just don't do the little thing very well without the mouse. So I have a spare mouse. That's one thing I do have. And it's a tiny little miniature one. I've got hand sanitizer. I don't need that, I know, but I always carry a teeny one just in case. I have an EpiPen because I have an allergy to certain ants, which is not a very good thing, and I always carry that. I've actually, funnily enough, since I've been carrying it, never needed it, but it's there. I also take a couple of little plastic bags. Definitely always need those. I have a habit of getting cold sores when I'm in the sun or in any kind of a stressful situation. So I carry my little cold sore medicine with me. That's something that I always need. I take spare glasses. I take a pair of regular glasses, like reading glasses, and also my distance ones. So there's a little pair of glasses, 2 of them, in this little container. And I'm running out of space. It's already on my table. Okay, this is one that I've always taken with me. I actually haven't needed it, touch wood, in a few years, but this is my ankle brace. It's a simple little thing. I carry it because, when you twist your ankle and you just cannot walk properly, if there's one thing that bothers you, it's your knee and your ankle, right? So I always carry my ankle brace with me. And it's very lightweight. All this stuff doesn't weigh very much. It's just those little things. I carry a little tripod because I often do little camera work and I want to hold it steady. So I have a miniature for my phone. I have, this is actually cool. I fill this up with little like bobby pins and crazy things for my hair, but I also put on the outside, I wrap around some, it's not masking tape, what do you call this? Duct tape, really strong tape that if something tears or you need a cover up real quickly to repair, that's been really handy in the past. Let's see what else. I take a spare plug for my phone. I do take a little, it's not a knife, it's kind of like a little thing for eyebrows, but it's very handy for cutting off labels, and they don't seem to mind that in the check-in luggage. It's just a little kind of, what do you call it? Like a little razor, but not dangerous at all. And what else have I got? Oh, I've got some washi tape. Oh yes, I have to take my tube of Estee Lauder Frosted Apricot lipstick. It is my go-to. I love it. I don't go anywhere without it. I'm running out. But that's one thing I always put in my go-to bag as well. And that is basically it for the go-to bag. Those are things, just in case bag. Those are the things that I know I'm likely to need or possibly going to need. And of course, I take my medicine, my prescription medicine, and also, a little bit of makeup, extra makeup. All those go in a separate bag. But this is kind of the emergency bag that I often don't have to open, but just in case. Okay, so that's kind of the stuff I need from me. Then there are things that you can do to create a space in your cabin. Now, I don't know about you, but I always have trouble hanging things. And I like visual, so I hang my scarves around if I take scarves, which I do. But I've found like these little plastic hooks are super helpful because you can stick them onto glass. And so if you can put, like on the window, or if you've got a porthole, or on, it works on metal too. You just have to put them on there, and then you can just stick, lightweight things, your scarves, or just tiny items, but it adds a bit of color and it gets things out of the drawers, so you're not always digging through looking for things. There's also magnetic hooks. I don't actually have any with me, but those are great because in most cabins the ceiling or the wall is metallic, and those are great. They can hold quite a bit more weight, so magnetic hooks are super good too. I read a really cool idea once myself, and I've never done this, but if you're sharing a cabin with someone, one suggestion is to take a shower curtain, very lightweight shower curtain, and use that as a room divider. And you can get really fun, funky colored ones, bright colors, and I think those are great. It's a really cool idea too. And that creates like an instant room divider. So that's another idea. I love moody lighting. So another thing that I often take with me are those little tea lights that are battery operated, and they're very light. You can stick maybe 2 or 3 in your just in case bag, and at night, if if it's darker, you just feel like you want a little moody light, you can turn on those little tea lights, and they just give the room a soft glow. And I don't know, sometimes when you're on a cruise, you just want things to feel familiar. This is me talking. Maybe you do it completely different, but I think those are really lovely, and I take them with me sometimes, and I need to buy some for this trip. Just reminded myself, because it's going to be super dark in Norway. It's going to be very, very dark. So anyway, another thing that I do is be creative with things around me, like using shampoo instead of taking detergent with you. And I'm telling you all these little things, but we want to keep the weight down as well. So that's kind of cool. You can also, some people use a shoe organizer. Those little things that fold flat and then you pull them up. Those are great for putting t-shirts and lightweight things. Just put them one hanger in your cupboard, and then you've got an instant shelving unit. And they again are not very heavy. You can squeeze those into your bag. Hangers, never enough hangers, but there are some super lightweight metallic hangers. I've got some, I should have brought them out, but I sometimes just put 3 right at the top of the suitcase, and they're not heavy, but they're just so helpful when you can put a couple of t-shirts or hang things on them, and then you can just recycle them there on the cruise ship. They're only I think I got 3 for $1 at the dollar store, so they're very, very easy to share, to pass them on. Don't have to bring them home. So that's hangers. Oh yes, this is cool. I actually always take something bright and colorful to hang on the windows. I don't have the one I took on my last cruise, but this is an idea. Little prayer flags or something bright and colorful. That's super easy to fold up. I got these in Bali as well. And they're super easy to just fold flat, and then you can pack them in your suitcase. And when you get to the cabin, you just put them out, and they just give you that sense of, it's like you personalize the space. You've made it yours, right? So that's one thing I do. And I think there's something else I've forgotten about the cabin decor. Oh, crystal. I sometimes take my little magnetic or plastic suction cup and just hang a little crystal to it, and it catches light from either from your tea lights, or if you have a window, a porthole in the cabin. It's just nice to see a little bit of color sparkling on the walls. So I often do that. What else do I do? I'm trying to think of spur of the moment creative things that I've done, but another thing of just a useful thing you might want to put in your just in case bag. A couple of things. One is, if you get seasick and you feel like you want to just a little help, ginger. Ginger's really good. So you can get ginger chewables. You could put a few of those in there, or chewing gum that's instead of a tablet, you can get a seasickness chewing gum. That's always a nice idea. And then another thing you might pop in the just in case bag would be something to do a spa. You know, the spas are kind of expensive on board sometimes, or if you want to do more than one. I always try to treat myself to one nice thing, and then the rest is up to me. And you can get these wonderful face masks. They're super, super light. The Korean ones are very interesting. They're all kinds of mysterious flowers and plants that you've never heard of. But they're great just for fun on your face. Or you can buy some cuticle oil or just something to do a little manicure. But you can do something for very inexpensive and lightweight to create your own little spa in a box. And then the final thing I'll talk about is lanyards. Now, I do have a lanyard, and I don't know why it wasn't in my just-in-case bag. I think I must have taken it out, but to use it for something else. But you know what I'm talking about with a lanyard. It's something that goes around your neck, and you can put a little, it has usually a plastic a container that you slip a card into. When you go to a conference, you get these lanyards that you can keep your room key or your access key. And what you can do on the cruise ship is go down to the front desk and ask if they'll just drill a little hole in your room key so you can put it on the lanyard if it's not got a plastic case. But in any case, you can be creative and figure out a way to get it attached to the lanyard. And that's actually, you'll never lose your room key again. It will be around your neck. And actually the cool thing is you can get really decorative ones, you know, with beautiful designs and fun artistic patterns. So it doesn't have to be boring black, which is what a lot of the events give you. But anyway, just some ideas. And I hope that's not been overwhelming. I get so carried away with this because it's fun. But if you have any thoughts yourself, what special items do you take with you when you cruise? Put your comments in the section below. Let's have a conversation and tell us about your latest cruise. Where are you? What are you doing? But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining She Cruises community. And I'm looking forward to hearing all about your adventures and about the special things that you pack in your just-in-case bag. Take very good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.